Title: Live-streamed betrayal. They say betrayal cuts deep, but what they don't say is how cold revenge feels when it's live-streamed in 4K. My name's Angela. I was the loyal wife, the doting partner, the woman who gave him everything including the benefit of the doubt, until the night I caught him feeding lies across a candlelit table to a girl half his age, so I dressed for war, booked a table one booth away, and turned on the camera. The internet watched. So did his boss. And now, he watches me walk away. If you've ever fantasized about catching a cheater red-handed, or better yet, broadcasting it, thighs one's for you. Hit that like button if you've ever had your heart broken. Subscribe if you've ever stitched yourself back together. And drop a comment. What would your revenge look like? Chapter 1. Angela's shocking discovery. Is her marriage a lie? The silence of my bedroom is thick, oppressive, a velvet curtain draped over the reality I've been too terrified to face. Shadows dance on the walls, teasing at the corners of my mind, whispering secrets I refuse to acknowledge. Like a reckless gambler, I scroll through my phone, the blue light illuminating the darkened room, revealing only what I want to see. But then, a message catches my eye, an unknown number, the words dripping with intimacy that feels like a slap. Can't wait to see you tonight, baby. Just us. My heart stops, a violent thud echoing in my ears. I can almost hear the laughter of the night outside, the clinking of glasses at the rooftop bars where the elite sip their overpriced cocktails, oblivious to the storm brewing in my chest. I read the message again, and disbelief floods my senses, followed by a cold, hard realization. It's him. It has to be. Stuart, my charming husband, who twirls me into dance at parties and whispers sweet nothings into my ear as if they are gospel truths, is betraying me. The thought is a jagged knife slicing through the delicate fabric of our life. I push myself back against the headboard, the plush cushions offering no comfort. I can feel the heat rising to my cheeks, not from embarrassment, but from a simmering rage. My fingers hover over the screen, the urge to respond clawing at me, but instead I crush the phone against my chest, trembling with the weight of this betrayal. It's not just a text. It's a betrayal soaked in deceit, a betrayal that twists like a knife in my gut. I thought we were solid, a couple that could weather any storm, but here I sit, adrift in a sea of doubt. I remember our last dinner at that luxurious rooftop restaurant. The way his eyes danced with excitement as he ordered a bottle of vintage wine, the sunlight washing over us like a warm embrace. Did he think I wouldn't notice the way his gaze lingered on the waitress? The way he smiled just a little too widely when she approached? I shake my head, the memories blurring into a haze of disbelief. No more denial. No more waiting for the truth to reveal itself gently. I am done being the passive observer in this farce of a marriage. I will not scream. I will not beg. Instead, I will orchestrate. The corners of my mouth curl into a smirk, a bitter taste that lingers like cheap wine. What if I turn the tables? What if I exposed him for the fraud he truly is? The thought is intoxicating, a rush that ignites something primal within me. I can feel the gears of strategy clicking into place, each one sharper than the last, designed to carve out the truth. Tonight, I will begin my plan. I don't need to confront him directly. Roman 2 will let the world watch. Let the whispers ripple through our social circle, the silky threads of gossip weaving a tapestry of humiliation. I take a deep breath, the air thick with anticipation and resolve. The game is just beginning, and I am ready to play. The silence of my bedroom wraps around me like a shroud, every corner steeped in shadows that tease at the edges of my sanity. The air is thick, heavy with the weight of unspoken truths and the lingering scent of betrayal. I can feel it, pulsating through the walls of this luxurious prison-me sanctuary turned battleground. I glance at the phone again, the message glaring back at me like a neon sign flashing LIE. Can't wait to see you tonight, baby. Just us. The words sting, a cruel reminder of intimacy meant for someone else. I think of the nights we spent laughing, tangled in sheets, whispering secrets that felt like promises. Each memory is now tainted, draped in a veil of doubt that suffocates me. Stuart, my charming husband-man, who knows just how to wrap his arms around me and make me feel like I am the only one in the room. How could he betray us like this? I close my eyes, and the images flood in. His laughter echoing against the backdrop of the London skyline, the way he ordered a bottle of that vintage Bordeaux at the rooftop restaurant, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Did he think I wouldn't notice how they lingered on the waitress, how his smile widened just a bit too much when she leaned in close? I shake my head, trying to clear the haze of disbelief. I am not just a passive participant in this farce of a marriage. No, I refuse to scream or beg. I will orchestrate my revenge instead. The thought ignites a fire in my veins, a delicious thrill that dances through my body. What if I turned the tables, exposed him for the fraud he truly is? The mere idea sends a shiver down my spine, electrifying me with the power of my own agency. I can almost feel the weight of my own cunning, heavy and intoxicating, and I welcome it. Tonight, I will begin my plan. I won't confront him directly. That would be too easy, too predictable. No, Roman II will let the world watch. My fingers tingle as I imagine the whispers rippling through our social circle, the silky threads of gossip weaving a tapestry of humiliation that will ensnare him. As I sit on the edge of my bed, the plush fabric cradling my uncertainty, I breathe deep, cherishing the moment. This is my turning point, my metamorphosis from the wounded to the weaponized. The thought of the Livestreamed private suite with full surveillance, a glass of chilled Prosecco in hand, and my husband caught in the accents, a rush of adrenaline through me. The game is just beginning, and I am ready to play. The weight of my emotions shifts, vulnerability giving way to exhilaration. I will reclaim my narrative, and with it, my power. The air in my bedroom is electric, charged with a resolve that feels both foreign and exhilarating. I stand before the floor-to-ceiling mirror. The reflection staring back at me is a woman on the precipice of transformation. No longer the naive wife who believed in the fairy tale, I am becoming someone sharper, someone who knows how to wield betrayal like a weapon. I slip into a dress that clings to my curves, the fabric whispering against my skin, a second layer that feels like armor. It's a deep red, a color that screams confidence and danger, a shade that will make him look twice if he dares. I apply my lipstick with precision, the crimson hue gliding over my lips like a promise. I will not be overlooked. I will not be the victim. In my mind, I can already see the scene unfolding at the luxury rooftop Ristorante Piazzetta, where laughter mingles with the scent of fresh seafood and the clinking of glasses, forms a symphony of the elite. The candlelit tables, draped in white linen, are designed for romance, yet I will turn that intimacy into a stage for humiliation. I imagine the glimmer of the skyline behind them, the city sprawling like a tapestry of secrets, and I can almost hear the soft jazz that permeates the air, mingling with the sound of my heartbeat steady, resolute. Stuart had always loved it there, the way the lights danced on the water, reflecting the glamour he adored. But tonight, it will be an entirely different affair. I can picture him, suave in his tailored suit, leaning in closer to Helena, his laughter too loud, too carefree. Did he think I wouldn't notice? Did he truly believe he could slip past my radar while I remained blissfully ignorant? With each calculated move, I feel the fire within me ignite further. I won't confront him directly, that would be too easy. Roman 2 will orchestrate this like a maestro, conducting a symphony of exposure. My phone will be my accomplice, the live stream suite my stage. I can almost taste the chilled prosecco on my tongue, the bubbles rising like my anticipation as I prepare to pop the cork on his carefully curated image. I envision the moment he realizes what's happening, his charming smile faltering, confusion washing over his face as the truth drips down like a melted candle. The clicks of my camera will capture him at his most vulnerable, exposed for the world to see, for our friends to gossip and whisper about. Did you see the live stream? Can you believe what Stuart did? The thought sends a shiver of exhilaration down my spine. Tonight, I reclaim the narrative. I will not be the woman scorned, hiding in the shadows of her own life. I am the storm, and I will rain down my revenge with the precision of a surgeon. As I finish adjusting my hair, I catch my reflection one last time. The woman staring back is fierce, unapologetic, and ready to take control. Tonight, I am not just watching the betrayal unfold. I am the one pulling the strings. The game begins, and I am more than ready to play. The soft glow of the overhead lights casts a warm halo around me, filling the space with an intimate warmth that contrasts sharply with the cold reality I am stepping into. My bedroom transforms into a sanctuary of preparation, a battleground where I arm myself not with weapons, but with allure and intent. The mirror reflects not just my image, but the woman I am becoming, sharp, calculated, ready to reclaim my narrative. I slide into a dress that clings to every curve, the fabric a rich crimson that feels like silk against my skin, a second layer of armor. It's a color that dares to be noticed, a hue that screams confidence and danger. I don't just want to look good, I want to feel powerful. As I apply my lipstick, the crimson shade glides effortlessly over my lips, a bold statement of defiance against the betrayal that threatens to engulf me. The rooftop restaurant, Piazzetta, looms in my mind, a luxurious venue where laughter mingles with the clinking of glasses, and the city skyline twinkles like 1,000 secrets waiting to be uncovered. It's a place that Stuart adores, where he believes he can slip away from the reality of our marriage under the guise of romance. But tonight, I will take that very intimacy and twist it into a spectacle of exposure. I imagine him seated at a candlelit table, his tailored suit sharp against the backdrop of the shimmering London skyline. Helena will be there, radiant and youthful, the very embodiment of his reckless desires. I can almost hear their laughter blending with the soft jazz that permeates the air. Did he think I wouldn't notice? Did he truly believe he could parade his infidelity without consequences? The thrill of my plan sends a shiver down my spine. I will not confront him directly, that would be too mundane, too predictable. Instead, Roman 2 will orchestrate every moment, turning the restaurant into my stage, the audience unwitting witnesses to the unraveling of his carefully curated facade. My phone, a sleek device that fits snugly in my clutch, will become my accomplice, capturing every second of his downfall. As I finish my makeup, I can practically taste the chilled prosecco on my tongue, the bubbles rising like my anticipation. I envision the moment his laughter falters, confusion washing over his face as he realizes he has been caught in the very act he thought he could hide. The whispers of our friends and acquaintances will ripple like a wave, a cacophony of disbelief and judgment that will drown him in shame. I catch my reflection one last time, and the woman staring back is fierce, unapologetic, ready to take control. I am not just a victim waiting for the storm to pass. I am the storm itself, and tonight, I will rain down my revenge with the precision of a surgeon. As I step away from the mirror, the air thick with anticipation, I know one thing for certain. This isn't just about betrayal. This is my moment of transformation, my declaration of war against the life I've known. The game begins now, and I am more than ready to play. I take one last look in the mirror before stepping out, and the reflection staring back at me is no longer a woman on the brink of despair. I am transformed, ready to embrace the chaos I've engineered. The deep red dress, clinging to my curves like a lover's embrace, is my armor against the world. This is my battle gear, and I am the warrior. With each step towards the doorway, I can feel the weight of my decision pressing down, heavy yet exhilarating. The air in the hallway is thick with anticipation, mingling with the scent of jasmine from the potpourri I had carelessly left out. I pause, allowing the moment to linger, savoring the thrill that thrums through my veins. Tonight, I refuse to be a silent observer in my own life. As I exit my sanctuary, the luxurious surroundings of my affluent neighborhood greet me landscape, painted in shades of opulence and pretense. Glistening marble facades rise like monuments of status, and sleek cars glide past, each a testament to the currency of reputation. Here, image is paramount and truth an expendable commodity. I step into this world knowing I will reshape my narrative, the very story my husband thought he could control. The luxury rooftop restaurant, Piazzetta, is just a short drive away, an elegant venue perched high above the city where the elite gather under the guise of sophistication. The thought of a sea of candlelight and laughter fills me with a rush of adrenaline. I can picture the bustling atmosphere, the soft clinking of glasses, the gentle hum of conversation, and the faint strains of a jazz quartet playing in the background. But amidst all that elegance lies the battleground for my revenge. I slide into the back seat of my car, my heart racing with each passing second. The taste of chilled Prosecco lingers on my tongue, an intoxicating prelude to the chaos I am about to unleash. My mind races with the details every angle accounted for, every moment meticulously planned. I won't simply expose Stuart. I will orchestrate his humiliation like a maestro, conducting a symphony of betrayal. I can't help but think of Helena, the young mistress who unwittingly became the catalyst for my transformation. She is a mere pawn in this game, a fleeting distraction for my husband, but tonight, she will play her part in my grand performance. The thought of her perched across from him, laughing at his jokes, sends a surge of heat through me. Little does she know she is merely a prop in my elaborate revenge plot. As we approach the restaurant's entrance, I take a deep breath, steadiness washing over me. The city lights twinkle in the distance, illuminating the path ahead. I am on the cusp of something monumental. This is my moment. The thrill of anticipation mingles with the bitter taste of betrayal, and I feel an unsettling mix of excitement and resolve. Tonight, I will reclaim my power. I will not be the woman scorned. I will be the storm. And with that thought echoing in my mind, I step out of the car, ready to confront the reality of my marriage and the thrilling prospect of revenge. Chapter 2, The Plan, a dangerous game of deception. The cafe is alive with a symphony of clinking cups and hushed conversations, a far cry from the chaos swirling in my head. Sunlight streams through the large windows, illuminating the plush seating where I sit, a fortress of anxiety wrapped in an expensive blazer. I glance down at the untouched cappuccino in front of me. The foam forms an intricate heart and irony I can't bear to acknowledge. Rebecca arrives, her presence a burst of vibrant energy. She has always been my anchor, and as she slides into the seat opposite me, I feel a flicker of comfort. Her dark hair cascades around her shoulders like a curtain, shielding her sharp gaze. "You look like you've seen a ghost," she quips, a teasing smile dancing on her lips. I try to muster a laugh, but the sound dies in my throat. "More like haunted by one," I reply, my voice a low whisper. I am no longer the composed woman everyone expects me to be. "Tell me everything," she urges, leaning forward, her expression shifting from playful to serious. "What's going on with Stuart?" The question unfurls the tension in my chest, and I hesitate. How do I even begin to explain the gnawing doubt that has taken root in my mind? "I found a text message," I finally say, the words tasting bitter on my tongue. It was suggestive, flirty. Rebecca's brow furrows, and for a moment I can see the gears turning in her head. "Suggestive how? You know how men are sometimes, it's just banter." "Not this time." I take a breath, steadying myself. "It was a picture of a woman, young, pretty." I swallow hard, the jealousy rising like bile. "And it wasn't a coincidence, I know it. You suspect he is cheating, don't you?" Her voice is a steady anchor, but a storm brews in my gut. "Yes, and I stop, shaking my head as if I could dislodge the reality setting in. I can't let him think he can get away with this." Rebecca leans back, her expression thoughtful. "So what's the plan? Are you going to confront him?" "No," I shake my head vehemently. Confrontation would be his game. I need to play mine. The words hang in the air, heavy with implications. I can feel the adrenaline coursing through my veins, igniting a spark of determination. I am going to catch him in the act. But I won't just catch him, I am going to expose him. Rebecca's eyes widen, a mixture of surprise and intrigue dancing in them. "What do you mean? How?" I lean in closer, my voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. "I've set up a live stream. Tonight, at the Rooftop restaurant." "Angela, that's risky," she gasps, but I can see the thrill in her eyes. "Do you really think you can pull it off?" "Risky is what I need," I reply, my heart pounding with both fear and exhilaration. Stuart thinks he is invincible, that he can juggle his secrets without consequence. But he doesn't know I am watching. He doesn't know I am ready to turn his world upside down. The cafe's ambience fades into the background as I dive deeper into my plan, the details spilling from my lips. Roman 2 will be 2 booths away, hidden in plain sight, and the camera will capture everything. Every stolen glance, every whisper, every touch. Rebecca's expression shifts from concern to something akin to admiration. That's brilliant and terrifying all at once. "But what if he sees you?" "He won't." I smirk, the confidence surging through me like a wave. "He is too busy enjoying his little affair to notice the storm brewing just a few feet away. And once it's live, he will be exposed, and the whole world will see him for what he truly is." Her eyes sparkle with excitement as the truth of my words settles in. "You are going to make a statement. This isn't just revenge, it's your power play." "Exactly." I lean back, my heart racing with the thrill of possibility. This is not just about him, it's about me reclaiming my narrative. No more silence. No more pretending everything is fine while he is off playing house with someone else. Rebecca's gaze turns serious. "But Angela, this could blow up. I will have to be ready for the fallout." "Let it blow up," I declare, my voice steady. I would rather have chaos than complacency. I would rather burn it all down than let him walk away unscathed. The conversation lingers in the air, a cocktail of anticipation and dread. I can feel the weight of my decision settling on me like a heavy veil, but beneath it all, a fire ignites. I am no longer just a wife. I am a woman on a mission, armed with the tools of betrayal and the power of exposure. As we sip our drinks, the cafe continues to hum with life around us, oblivious to the storm brewing in my heart. Tonight, I will become the architect of my own revenge, and there's no turning back. The calf is growing quieter as the afternoon crowd thins, leaving behind an air thick with secrets and the lingering aroma of roasted coffee. I can almost taste the finality of my decision as I lean across the table, my fingers tracing the rim of my untouched cappuccino. The intricate heart in the foam remains a cruel reminder of the love I thought I had, but now feels like a gilded cage. Rebecca watches me with those sharp, perceptive eyes, her expression shifting from concern to intrigue. So, tell me more about this live stream. I can't believe you are actually doing this. Believe it, I reply, my voice steady yet electric with anticipation. Tonight, Roman 2 will be at the View, the rooftop restaurant overlooking the skyline. It's the perfect setting, luxurious, intimate, and absolutely teeming with the kind of people who I will gossip about this for months. Everyone loves a scandal, especially when it's served on a silver platter. Rebecca leans in, her excitement palpable. And I will be where, exactly? 2 booths away, hidden behind a strategically placed potted plant, I say, smirking at the visual. Roman 2 will blend in like a shadow among the candlelight and the clinking glasses of champagne. He won't even know I am there until it's too late. Genius. But what if someone sees you? She asks, a hint of worry creeping into her voice. Stuart's too busy playing house with his little muse to notice a thing. I can feel the venom in my words, a sharp edge that slices through the tension. Helena Montes is his distraction, a young, ambitious woman who thinks she has won the jackpot. Little does she know, she is merely a pawn in my game. Okay, so I will catch them in the act. But what about the live stream? How will you handle that? Rebecca's question hangs between us, heavy with the weight of its implications. I can almost see the gears turning in her head, and it fuels my resolve. I've got a discreet little setup, a tiny camera hidden in my handbag, equipped with full surveillance capabilities. All I have to do is press record and let the world watch as he dances on the edge of his own destruction. Rebecca's eyes widen. Angela, this is intense. You are sure you want to go through with it? Absolutely. The word bursts from my lips like a declaration of war. Stuart thinks he can juggle this affair without consequences, that he can maintain his pristine reputation while indulging in a younger woman's thighs. But he doesn't realize how deeply I've calculated my every move. Are you worried about the fallout? She asks, her brow furrowing slightly. Let it blow up, I declare, the fire igniting within me. I would rather have chaos than complacency. I would rather burn it all down than let him walk away unscathed. He needs to understand that I am not just some silent partner in this charade. The calf's ambience fades into the background, the hustle of life outside a mere whisper compared to the storm brewing in my heart. I can feel the adrenaline coursing through my veins, igniting a primal satisfaction at the thought of exposing him. And what about Helena? Rebecca presses, her voice dipping into concern again. She is just a girl, after all. Don't let her youth fool you. She is cunning, and she knows exactly what she is doing. But tonight, she will be nothing more than an accessory to his downfall. I take a deep breath, the weight of my plans settling over me like an exquisite silk gown. I am not just seeking revenge, I am reclaiming my narrative. This is my story now, and I won't be silenced. Rebecca nods, her admiration palpable as she leans back slightly in her chair. You are going to make a statement. This is bigger than Stuart, it's about power and control. Exactly. I smile, savoring the taste of my own determination. It's time to turn the tables. I refuse to be the woman who stands silently by while her husband plays house with another. I am not a ghost in my own life. The sunlight filters through the calf windows, casting golden patterns on the table between us, and for a brief moment, I feel a flicker of hope amidst the chaos. I am not just handling betrayal, I am orchestrating a symphony of revenge, a carefully crafted composition that will leave Stuart breathless in its wake. Angela, this is a lot to take on. You have to be ready for anything, Rebecca warns, her tone shifting to one of genuine concern. Let the world watch, I retort, my eyes glinting with a mix of excitement and defiance. I am more than ready. I am prepared to show everyone exactly who Stuart is, a charming man with a penchant for deceit and betrayal. As we sip our drinks, the cafe continues to hum with life around us, oblivious to the storm brewing in my heart. Tonight, I will become the architect of my own revenge, and there's no turning back. I am stepping into the light, ready to shatter the silence that has suffocated me for far too long. The rooftop restaurant pulsates with life as the sunset paints the London skyline in hues of crimson and gold. I step inside the view, the air thick with the scent of roasted garlic and fresh herbs, mingling with the clinking of wine glasses and laughter that dances through the candlelit space. Each table is a tableau vivant, where whispered secrets are exchanged like currency among the city's elite. This is where reputations are forged and shattered, and I am about to add a new chapter to that narrative chapter. I take a deep breath, steadying myself as I scan the room. My pulse quickens, a mixture of excitement and trepidation. There he is, Stuart, the man I once thought I knew, seated at a table adorned with white linen and flickering candles. His charming smile aimed at Helena Montes, very embodiment of everything I am about to expose. She is young, vibrant, and utterly unaware of the storm brewing just a few feet away. Her laughter rings out like a bell, and I can't help but feel a pang of something sharp that I refuse to label as jealousy. I slip into my chosen booth, the shadows wrapping around me like a second skin. My handbag, an innocuous accessory, holds the secret to my Revengia tiny camera discreetly nestled among lip gloss and a compact mirror. I pull it out, my fingers trembling slightly as I set it up, aligning it to capture the scene unfolding before me. I can already imagine the chaos that will erupt once this goes live. Stuart doesn't know it yet, but his world is about to come crashing down. Angela, you look stunning, Rebecca whispers as she slides into the booth across from me, her eyes sparkling with excitement. Are you ready for this? Ready, I echo, a smirk playing on my lips. I am practically bursting with anticipation. He thinks tonight is just another romantic dinner, just another opportunity to play house with his latest conquest. The irony is delicious, and it sends a thrill through me. I am not merely a spectator. I am the puppeteer pulling the strings of this twisted play. Rebecca leans closer, her voice low, almost conspiratorial. What if he sees you? You know how observant he can be. I can feel the confidence radiating from me, fueled by the adrenaline coursing through my veins. He is too busy enjoying the attention of his little muse. He won't even think to look for me here, not when he believes he is in control. As I speak, I can't help but glance back at the couple, their chemistry palpable and intoxicating. Helena leans in, her laughter cascading over the table, and I can't help but wonder what Stuart sees in her. Is it the thrill of youth? The allure of a woman who hasn't yet been tainted by the harsh realities of life? Or perhaps it's the thrill of the chased idea that he can have both a wife and a mistress, without anyone the wiser. My heart races, a wild drumbeat echoing in my ears as I adjust the camera's angle, ensuring it captures every nuance of their interaction. I am a voyeur in my own life, and the thought sends a shiver down my spine. The power I wield is intoxicating, and I relish every moment of it. As the minutes tick by, I feel the weight of my decisions settle in. This is about more than just revenge. It's about reclaiming my narrative, taking back the power he thought he could steal from me. I refuse to be the silent partner in this charade any longer. I can't believe you are actually doing this, Rebecca murmurs, her admiration evident. It's bold, Angela. You are turning the tables. It's time for him to understand that I am not just a ghost in his life, I reply, my voice steady. I am the architect of my own destiny. And tonight, the world will see who he truly is, a charming man with a penchant for deceit. There's a flicker of something in Rebecca's ice pride, perhaps. Or maybe the thrill of the impending chaos. You are more than just a wife. You are a force to be reckoned with. Before I can respond, my attention snaps back to Stuart and Helena. He leans in closer, his hand brushing against hers, a calculated move that sends a jolt of rage through me. The casual intimacy, the laughter shared between them, it feels like a dagger twisting in my chest, and yet I can't look away. Just breathe, I whisper to myself, my fingers tightening around the edge of the table. You are about to make history. I glance at Rebecca, whose expression is a mix of concern and admiration. You are sure about this? More than ever. He needs to understand that his actions have consequences. I reply, my voice a low, fierce whisper. Tonight, I am not just catching him, I am exposing him for the world to see. I am ready to unleash the storm. As I adjust the camera one last time, I feel the weight of my decision settle deep within me, a mix of exhilaration and dread. This is it, the moment I've been waiting for. I am no longer the passive observer in my own life. I am the one in control, and the power surges through me like fire. The restaurant buzzes with life around us, yet all I can focus on is the couple at the table, oblivious to the reckoning that awaits them. I take a deep breath, my heart racing as I prepare to press record. Let the world watch, I murmur, a wicked smile curling my lips. Chapter 3. Live from the rooftop, Angela's revenge unfolds. I step into the luxury rooftop restaurant, the air thick with anticipation and an electric buzz that thrums through my veins. The floor-to-ceiling glass walls offer a panoramic view of London, the city glittering like diamonds strewn across velvet. Couples whisper sweet nothings, their laughter mingling with the clinking of glasses, but all I hear is the pounding of my heart, a relentless drumbeat urging me forward. This is it. I navigate through the dimly lit tables, my heels clicking against the polished marble floor, each step a reminder of the power I am about to wield. I spot a secluded booth near the edge of the rooftop, the perfect vantage point. I slide into the plush seating, the soft leather cool against my skin, and for a moment, I allow myself to breathe. The atmosphere is thick with opulence, yet it feels like a masquerade. Everyone here is playing a role, and tonight, I am the director of this twisted play. I pull my sleek phone from my clutch, my hidden camera nestled securely within it, and adjust it so that it captures the entrance, the table, and most importantly, Stuart and his little muse. With each adjustment, a thrill courses through me. The camera lens feels like an extension of my will, a watchful eye that will expose the truth. My pulse quickens as I think of him, my charming husband, seated just a few booths away, unaware that the game is already in motion. It's almost poetic, real lithe way the candlelight flickers, casting shadows that dance along the surface of the table. I can almost see the secrets simmering beneath the surface, the unspoken words that will soon erupt. I take a sip of my Prosecco, the bubbles prickling my lips, a cruel reminder of the effervescence of his betrayal. I glance around, my gaze landing on the other patrons, London's elite, poised and polished, their conversations laced with the currency of gossip. I wonder how they would react if they knew what I was about to unveil. Would they pity me, admire me, or simply relish the drama unfolding before them? The door swings open, and there she is, Helena Montes, all youthful ambition and deceptive innocence. She glides in, her laughter ringing out like a chime, and I find myself holding my breath. She is everything I am not: vibrant, enticing, with a body that seems to demand attention. And there he is, my husband, his face lighting up like a Christmas tree at the sight of her. I can feel the heat pooling in my stomach, a mix of rage and exhilaration. I adjust the angle of the camera one last time, ensuring that every moment will be captured in crystal clarity. This is my revenge, my reckoning. I want scream. I want beg. I will let the world watch as I orchestrate his downfall. Tonight, the real menu is betrayal, and I am here to feast. I watch as they settle into their booth, the way they lean toward each other, laughter spilling like champagne bubbles between them. Stuart's smile is radiant, the kind that could light up the darkest corners of a room, and for a moment I almost forget that it's all a fad. Almost. Helena tosses her hair, a cascade of golden silk that catches the candlelight, and I can't help but feel a pang of jealousy. She is a younger version of everything I used to be: bold, unrestrained, and utterly magnetic. My fingers hover over my phone's screen, the live stream capturing not just images, but the essence of betrayal itself. "Isn't this place incredible?" She giggles, her voice a tinkling chime that seems to draw Stuart in closer, like a moth to a flame. "I love how the city feels alive up here." "Just like you," he replies, the flirtation thickening the air between them, and I feel my heart clench. I am a ghost in this moment, haunting the edges of their intimacy, and I am not sure if I want to scream or laugh. Instead, I raise my glass, the Prosecco reflecting the flickering candles, the bubbles mirroring my rising fury. "Tell me again about that trip to Paris," she prompts, leaning in, her eyes sparkling with interest. I want to hurl my drink at the wall, watch it shatter like my trust. Instead, I sip slowly, the cool liquid sliding down my throat like a cruel reminder of what I am about to unleash. Stuart leans back, his charm oozing like honey. "You wouldn't believe the view from the Eiffel Tower at sunset. It's breathtaking, just like you." The words roll off his tongue with practiced ease, and I can almost hear the internal applause echoing in his mind. He thinks he is the clever one, but he has no idea who's really pulling the strings tonight. With every word they exchange, I feel the fire inside me intensify, blending rage with a twisted thrill. I am not just an observer, I am a puppeteer, pulling the strings of a grand performance. Each laugh, each flirtatious glance, is a note in this symphony of betrayal, and I am the conductor. "Let's order something special," Helena suggests, her voice dripping with seduction. "I want to celebrate your big promotion." "Only if we can toast to us," he replies, that infuriating grin plastered across his face. The us feels like a knife twisting in my gut, yet I manage to maintain my composure, the camera steady in my grip. I feel the warmth of the Prosecco, a stark contrast to the chill creeping up my spine. I am not just watching my husband betray me, I am about to unleash a storm. They believe they are free, dancing in the candlelight, but I am the dark shadow lurking just out of view, ready to claim my vengeance. The thought ignites something deep within, a primal hunger for justice, a desire to reclaim what's mine. Tonight, as they toast to their illusion, Roman too will toast to my victory. And when the truth comes crashing down, Roman too will be there to watch it all unfold, a silent witness to their spectacular downfall. The soft glow of candlelight flickers, casting shadows that dance across the plush leather of my booth. I am a spectator in a grand theater, and the show is just getting started. Stuart leans in closer to Helena, his laughter a melody of seduction that cuts through the hushed whispers of the restaurant. This is a symphony of betrayal, and I am the one holding the baton. Did I ever tell you about the time I got lost in Paris? He asks, his voice low and conspiratorial, as if the city of love itself were listening closely. I can't help but roll my eyes, but the anger simmering beneath my skin is a potent reminder of how deeply he has embedded this narrative into our lives. Only about 100 times. Helena chimes in, her laughter bright and innocent, a stark contrast to the dagger it drives into my heart. The way she leans toward him, her body language dripping with affection, sends a surge of heat through me. I am not just someone who's been wronged. I am the architect of his downfall, and the realization is intoxicating. I glance down at my phone, the live stream chat bubbling with activity. Is this live? One viewer types, their excitement palpable. I can feel a thrill run through me as the spectators tune in, their collective energy merging with my own. The stakes have risen, and I am not about to back down now. Look at her, so young and naive. Another comment flashes across the screen. I smirk, the corners of my lips curving upward as I read the words. They see what I see, a beautiful fraud hiding the rod of deceit underneath. I am not just watching, I am orchestrating a performance that will leave them gasping for breath. Stuart, you are such a charmer, Helena coos, her eyes sparkling with mischief. How do you do it? You make every moment feel like a scene from a movie. Just lucky, I guess, he replies, that infuriating grin plastered across his face. I want to hurl my glass at him, to shatter that smile into a million pieces. But instead, I take a deep breath, letting the bubbles of my Prosecco tickle my throat, calming the tempest brewing within me. Lucky, I mutter under my breath, the bitterness curling like smoke. Luck has nothing to do with it. This is calculated and deliberate. Each moment they share is a step closer to my ultimate goal, and I can feel the power coursing through me like a live wire. As they toast to his promotion, glasses clinking, I raise mine in silent defiance. To us, they say, laughter spilling forth, but the words twist like knives in my gut. They have no idea that I am right here, lurking in the shadows, ready to expose the truth. With every passing second, the tension thickens. I am a lioness waiting for the perfect moment to pounce, and the thrill of revenge warms my blood. The live stream chat continues to fill with comments, each one a reminder that I am not alone in this. Get him, girl, one enthusiastic viewer types, and I can't help but smirk. Tonight, I am not just reclaiming my dignity, I am reclaiming my narrative. And Stuart will learn that betrayal has a cost him. The tension in the air thickens like the clouds gathering over London's skyline, and my pulse quickens in tandem with my resolve. I can see it, the glimmering city lights, reflecting off the floor-to-ceiling windows, the candle flames flickering like the dwindling trust I have left for Stuart. He is wrapped around Helena, basking in the adoration of a woman who, in this moment, seems to be everything I used to be: youthful, radiant, and utterly oblivious to the storm brewing just beyond her delicate laughter. I take a steadying breath, my fingers hovering over my phone, the live stream chat buzzing like a beehive. My heart races as I type, the words sharp and deliberate, each one a carefully chosen dagger aimed straight at him. Having a nice evening, love. The message sends, and I can almost feel the electric thrill of chaos that will ripple through their bubble of deceit. Moments later, I watch as Stuart's expression shifts from joy to confusion, his laughter faltering like a candle snuffed out by a sudden gust of wind. Helena's gaze darts around the restaurant, her youthful confidence faltering as she senses the shift in the air. "Did you just get a text?" she asks, her voice edged with curiosity and concern, a hint of something unsettling creeping into her playful demeanor. "Just a work thing," he mutters, his voice strained as he glances down at his phone. I can see the moment realization washes over him, the blood draining from his face as he processes the implications of my intrusion. My lips curve into a smirk as I lean back, the tension wrapping around me like a silk scarf, smooth yet suffocating. "Work," Helena presses, her brow furrowing. "You don't seem the type to get distracted by the office on a night like this." The betrayal hangs in the air, thick and palpable. I revel in the moment, the power surging through me like champagne bubbles escaping a freshly opened bottle. I can almost hear the faint echoes of gasps from my viewers, their collective anticipation feeding my delight. Stuart's fingers fumble over the screen, the clumsy movements betraying his panic. I can almost hear the gears in his mind clicking, racing to weave a plausible excuse, but the truth is, there is no excuse that can save him now. The charade is unraveling, and I am the one holding the scissors. "Hey, do you need to take that?" Helena asks, her voice now laced with concern, her earlier bravado dwindling like the melting candle wax. "Just a minute," he snaps, the edge in his tone sharp enough to cut through the tension. I can feel the energy shift, the delicious thrill of chaos blooming in the air, and I savor the moment he is forced to confront the reality of his betrayal, live and unfiltered. The live stream chat erupts, viewers buzzing with excitement and shock, their comments a cacophony of disbelief. "This is insane. Get him, Angela. What's going to happen next?" Their enthusiasm bolsters my resolve, feeding my hunger for revenge and power. "Goodbye, sweet illusion," I whisper to myself, a wicked smile creeping across my lips. I am not just a victim anymore. I am the architect of his downfall, the conductor of this symphony. The restaurant hums with a kind of hushed energy, an orchestra of whispered conversations and clinking glasses, but all I can hear is the rapid thud of my heart echoing in my ears. Stuart's face, once so animated, is now a canvas of confusion and dread, the very colors of his charm draining away as he grasps the reality of his situation. Panic ignites in his eyes, and it's as satisfying as the first sip of chilled Prosecco, sending a thrill spiraling through me. "Angela," he begins, his voice shaky, cracking under the weight of his lies. The syllables are like sugar on my tongue, sweet and deliciously cruel. I can't help but lean forward, savoring this moment of power. The tables around us, elegant and adorned with flickering candles, seem to lean in as if they, too, are witnesses to this dramatic revelation. Helena looks between us, her youthful confidence faltering, the innocence of her laughter now a distant memory. "Stuart, what's going on?" she asks, her brows knitting together in concern. The way she clutches the edge of the table, as if it might ground her in this whirlwind, is almost tragic. "Almost. Nothing, babe. Just a misunderstanding," he replies, but the tremor in his voice betrays him. I can feel the eyes of the restaurant's elite on us, their glances heavy with intrigue. Each gaze is a silent affirmation of my strategy, a reminder that I am not just an observer, I am the conductor of this chaotic symphony. "Misunderstanding," I echo, my tone laced with sarcasm that drips like honey. "Is that what you call it? Because it seems pretty clear to me." I let my words hang in the air, thick with tension and the scent of betrayal, and I relish the way the live stream chat erupts with excitement. "Angela is a queen," flashes across the screen, and I can't help but smile, the validation fueling my resolve. Stuart's eyes dart across the room, searching for an escape route, but there's no exit from this moment. "Please, let's just talk about this," he implores, desperation creeping into his voice. I can almost feel the thrill of the viewer's anticipation, a collective intake of breath as they wait for my next move. Talk, I scoff, the words slipping from my lips like a silk scarf, smooth yet stinging. This isn't a negotiation, Stuart. This is me taking back what you thought you could steal. The adrenaline courses through me, electrifying every nerve, and in this moment I am invincible. Helena's eyes widen, caught between shock and realization. Is this a prank? Are you serious? She stammers, her youthful bravado cracking like ice beneath the weight of truth. It's no joke, darling, I say, my lips curling into a smirk. He has been playing us both, but I am the one holding the cards now. The chaos unfolds like a well-rehearsed play, each scene layered with the tension of betrayal and the thrill of revelation. I watch as Stuart's facade crumbles, the charming husband disintegrating before my eyes, leaving nothing but the cold truth of his infidelity. The live-stream chat explodes in a frenzy. This is riveting, Angela. Chapter 4, The Moment of Truth. Stuart's world crumbles. The candlelight flickers, casting shadows that dance across the polished marble tabletop in front of me. The restaurant hums with the low murmur of London's elite, each table an island of secrets, each drink a toast to deception. I am nestled in my booth, the camera hidden beneath the edge of my napkin, its lens trained on the sleek silhouette of my husband, Stuart, as he sits across from Helena Montes, the very embodiment of temptation. I can almost taste the tension in the air, thick and sweet like the bubbles in my chilled Prosecco. The evening was supposed to be a celebration, but it has morphed into something much more delicious and unveiling. Stuart leans closer to Helena, his charming smile plastered across his face, the same smile that once made my heart flutter before I learned it was a mask he wore all too easily. I can see the way he tilts his head, the way his laughter spills forth like honey. It's almost sickening. I grip my glass tighter, watching as he leans in, his lips brushing against hers like a whisper carried on a summer breeze. I can't help but smirk. This is the moment I've orchestrated, a carefully crafted symphony of betrayal. My heart races, not from jealousy but from the thrill of control. He thinks he is the player in this game, but I am the one holding the cards. Around us, the restaurant buzzes with energy, oblivious to the drama unfolding just a few feet away. The floor-to-ceiling glass walls provide a panoramic view of the London skyline, but my gaze is fixed on one zenith tableau of infidelity that will soon be broadcast to the world. I can almost hear the whispers rippling through the crowd, the curious glances exchanged like currency among the elite. Look at him, I think, the corners of my mouth curving in satisfaction. So self-assured, so utterly clueless. Helena laughs, the sound light and airy, as if she is dancing on the edge of a precipice. She leans into him, her youthful vibrance a stark contrast to the calculated charm of my husband. I can't help but admire her audacity. She is playing with fire, and I am about to douse her in gasoline. The camera's red light glimmers softly, and I shift slightly, positioning it for maximum effect. This is my stage, and I am the director of this twisted play. I want every detail, every stolen glance, every intimate whisper toe be captured in high definition. The world will see him for who he truly is, a man who thinks he can juggle two lives without consequence. How perfect, I muse, as he brushes his fingers along Helena's wrist, a gesture that feels like a knife twisting in my gut. You think you can have her and me, don't you, Stuart? Well, let's see how that plays out when the curtain rises. I can feel the adrenaline pumping through my veins, a heady cocktail of rage and empowerment. This isn't just revenge, it's a reclamation of power. I am not the woman scorned, begging for answers. I am the architect of his downfall, and the world will witness it all. Just a little longer, I whisper to myself, savoring the anticipation. Let them sink deeper into their fantasy before I shatter it. Stuart's hand finds its way to Helena's waist, a possessive gesture that ignites a spark of fury within me. I can't look away, even as the bile rises in my throat. The weight of the moment is palpable, every heartbeat echoing my resolve. The waitress glides past, a fleeting distraction, but I am anchored to this scene, this betrayal, with a fierce determination. Time to pull the trigger, I think, my fingers hovering over the button. With a deep breath, I steady myself. The room around me blurs, the laughter and clinking glasses fading into a distant hum. All that exists is the moment I am about to unleash. I can feel the pulse of my heart synchronizing with the rhythm of the restaurant, each beat a countdown to chaos. 3, 2, 1, I press record, and the world shifts. The camera springs to life, its lens capturing the intimacy unfolding at the next table. I lean back, a wicked smile curling on my lips as I watch the oblivious couple, entranced in their own little world, completely unaware of the storm about to crash down on them. Stuart leans in again, and this time, I capture the exact moment his lips touch Helena's in a kiss that seals their fate. My breath catches, a mix of exhilaration and vindication. The live stream is rolling, the digital audience waiting breathlessly for the reveal, just as I am. Let's see how you like being exposed, darling, I whisper, knowing that this is just the beginning. I scan the restaurant, the faces around me shifting from amusement to curiosity, unaware of the tempest brewing at the heart of it all. In this moment, I am not just a scorned wife, I am a woman wielding the weapon of truth. And soon, everyone will know the depths of his betrayal. The camera hums softly, a silent partner in my plot, ready to unveil the truth I've been nursing like a secret lover. I can feel the weight of it in my hands, the device that will expose my husband to the world-me weapon of choice in this elaborate game of chess. I press go live, and a thrill courses through me, sharp and electric, like the first sip of a chilled Prosecco on a sultry summer night. Within seconds, the screen flickers to life, and the viewer count begins to climb. Each number feels like a heartbeat, thumping in sync with the rush of adrenaline pulsing through my veins. I almost laugh out loud at the absurdity of it all. My husband is about to become a star, but not of the kind he ever imagined. Welcome to the show, everyone, I murmur under my breath, a wicked smile spreading across my face. This is my stage, my moment of reckoning. The comments start flooding in, each notification a reminder that I am not alone in this. A virtual audience has gathered to witness the spectacle. Is this for real? One user types, their curiosity palpable. OMG, who's that girl? Another chimes in, and I can't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. Stuart's young mistress is already the talk of the town, her allure shimmering like the diamonds pinning back her hair. I adjust the angle of the camera, ensuring it captures the way Stuart leans into Helena, his charm spilling over like the rich red wine in their glasses. He is radiant, completely unaware of the storm brewing behind the lens. I can see the way he tilts his head, laughing at something she says, and my stomach twists not from jealousy, but from the sheer thrill of watching his world begin to unravel. Look at him, I think, my heart racing. So utterly confident, so naive. You believe you are untouchable, don't you, Stuart? Let's see how that confidence holds up under scrutiny. As the comments roll in, I take a sip of my Prosecco, letting the bubbles dance on my tongue while I watch the scene unfold. The restaurant buzzes around us, oblivious to the virtual audience tuning in from their dimly lit living rooms and bustling offices. I've turned a romantic dinner into a public execution, and the irony isn't lost on me. Let's play a little game, I think, my fingers hovering over the screen. I want to provoke him, to see if he senses the weight of the eyes upon him. How long will it take before you realize your world is about to implode? Stuart leans in closer to Helena, their fingers entwined over the table, an intimacy that feels like a slap to my face. The intimacy of betrayal, I muse, bitterness coating my thoughts. The way he caresses her wrist, the way he whispers sweet nothings, it's all captured in high definition, and I am ready to hit him where it hurts. Such a click, I think, rolling my eyes as I take another sip. You really thought you could do this without consequences? Amateur. The comments keep pouring in, a tidal wave of opinions and judgments. I can feel the collective excitement building, the thrill of voyeurism electrifying the air. This is going to be wild, one user writes, and I can't help but agree. I lean back in my booth, the plush velvet cushions cradling me like a lover's embrace. My heart is a drum, each beat synchronized with the chaos I am about to unleash. The tension in the air is palpable, thick as the fog rolling in from the Thames, and I relish it. Just a little longer, I whisper, watching as Stuart continues to flirt with Helena, completely oblivious. The way he brushes his thumb along her collarbone, the way her laughter bubbles like champagnates, all so sickeningly sweet. And yet, I can't look away. I am entranced, a moth drawn to the flame, waiting for the moment when the light flickers and everything changes. The live stream audience is my accomplice, and every new comment feels like a shot of adrenaline. Stuart's going to be the star of his own downfall, I think, my lips curving into a smirk. And I am the one writing the script. Can't believe this is happening. Another comment flashes across the screen and I nod in agreement. Neither can I. The thrill of it all invigorates me, sharp and intoxicating. Are they really that oblivious? Someone types and I can't help but chuckle softly. Yes, they are. They are in their own little world, cocooned in the warmth of candlelight and the false promises of passion. I am the ghost haunting their evening, the specter lurking at the edges of their reality. As they share a laugh, I lean forward, the camera capturing every intimate moment. I want the world to see Stuart's betrayal in all its glory. You think this is a game, don't you? I whisper to myself, my eyes narrowing in determination. Let's see how you like the rules when they are flipped. The moment stretches, time twisting like a ribbon around us. A waiter glides past, oblivious to the drama unfolding just feet away, and I catch a glimpse of the restaurant's opulence, sparkling chandeliers, the silk tablecloths, the clinking of glasses. All of it seems so trivial now, a backdrop to the chaos that's about to erupt. Helena leans in, her youthful beauty radiating, and I can almost taste the envy on my tongue. She is everything I am not, I think bitterly, but I push the thought aside. This isn't about her, this is about him. Time to bring the house down, I remind myself, and as I adjust the camera for a better angle, I can't help but feel a rush of excitement. The comments are escalating, the anticipation palpable. Each ding of a new notification is like a drum roll, signaling the climax of this twisted performance. Let's get this party started, I think, a wicked grin spreading across my face. I tap the screen to zoom in, capturing the moment as Stuart bends to whisper something in Helena's ear. The intimacy of the gesture ignites a fire within me, and I can feel the heat of my resolve boiling over. 3, 2, 1, I count silently, my heart racing in sync with the chaos brewing around us. With a final flick of my finger, I adjust the camera, ensuring it catches every detail of this betrayal, every laugh, every stolen kiss. I am the puppeteer, pulling the strings of fate, and soon the curtain will rise on the grand reveal. Brace yourself, darling, I whisper into the void, knowing that the world is about to watch as your illusion shatters into a million pieces. The moment has arrived, and it feels as if the entire restaurant holds its breath. The camera captures the intimacy of betrayal, and I can't help but savor every second of it. As Stuart leans in closer to Helena, their laughter spilling like spilled wine, I watch the comments flood in, each one a drop of poison to his carefully crafted facade. OMG, are they serious? One user types, and I almost want to respond personally. Yes, they are serious. This is not just a game, it's a reckoning. Stuart tilts his head, that charming smile of his in full bloom, the same smile that once made me weak in the knees. I can see the way he brushes his fingers along Helena's arm, a gesture that feels like a knife twisting in my gut, but instead of pain, I feel a rush of exhilaration. This is my moment. I am not the woman scorned. I am the architect of his downfall. Can you believe this? I murmur under my breath, the thrill of power coursing through me. That's right, darling. The whole world is watching. The comments keep rolling in, a digital chorus of shock and disbelief. I glance at the viewer count. Thousands are tuned in, eager to witness the unraveling of my husband's illusion. Each ding of a notification sends a jolt of adrenaline through me. This is not just revenge. This is liberation, a reclaiming of my narrative. Look at him, I think, unable to suppress a smirk. So self-assured, so utterly clueless. You think you can juggle two lives without consequences. Amateur. As I zoom in on the scene, I can feel the tension rising in the restaurant. Patrons are starting to take notice, their glances shifting from their own dinners to the unfolding drama at the adjacent table. Whispers ripple through the crowd, a wave of intrigue that only adds to my satisfaction. Are they really that oblivious? Another comment flashes across the screen, and I chuckle softly. Yes, they are. Stuart is too deep in his own fantasy to recognize the storm brewing just behind the lens. Helena's laughter rings out, bright and carefree, and I can't help but let envy seep in. She is everything I once was: young, vibrant, and completely unaware of the destruction she is a part of. I swallow hard, pushing the bitterness aside. This isn't about her, this is about him. Time to bring the house down, I whisper to myself, the words dripping with a mix of anticipation and dread. I can see the way Stuart's expression begins to shift as he catches a glimpse of the growing crowd, their eyes darting between him and Helena. Something's off, I imagine him thinking, a crack beginning to form in his charming facade. I savor the thought, the image of him grappling with the realization that the spotlight is now on him, not in the way he enjoys, but as the main act in a tragedy of his own making. Let's see how much longer you can keep that smile plastered on your face, I muse, my fingers dancing over the camera. The angle is perfect, capturing every stolen glance, every intimate whisper. The world will see him for who he truly is, a man who believes he can play both sides without consequence. Stuart's going to be the star of his own downfall, I think, a wicked grin spreading across my face. I can almost hear the collective gasp of the audience, the realization dawning on them like the rising sun over the London skyline. Is this real? Another comment pops up, and I almost laugh. Yes, it's all too real. The tears of betrayal are not just mine. They are flowing through every viewer who has ever been deceived. The tension in the air thickens, each heartbeat echoing in time with the frantic tapping of fingers on screens. I can feel the weight of their gaze, their curiosity, their outrage. This is a twisted performance, and I am the mastermind behind it all. Brace yourself, darling, I whisper, knowing that the curtain is about to fall on Stuart's carefully maintained illusion. The comments are escalating, the anticipation palpable, each ding a countdown to chaos. 3, 2, 1, I count silently, my heart racing in sync with the unfolding drama. Suddenly, Stuart's expression shifts. The light in his eyes dims as he scans the room, finally sensing that something is amiss. He leans away from Helena, his laughter fading into a confused frown. I can almost see the gears turning in his mind, the dawning horror of realization creeping into his features. Shit, he mutters under his breath, and I can't help but revel in the moment. This is the beginning of his unraveling, and I am the one pulling the strings. The tension in the restaurant reaches a fever pitch as patrons begin to murmur, their whispers a chorus of disbelief. Is that Angela? One voice cuts through the haze, and I can feel the thrill of recognition wash over me. Yes, it is. The woman you thought you could betray without consequence. Let's see how you handle this, I think, watching as his charming facade crumbles like a house of cards. Stuart's eyes dart around, searching for an escape route, but there's nowhere to hide. This is his moment of truth, and the world is watching. Stuart, I call out, my voice dripping with mock concern. Having a good time? His gaze snaps to mine, shock painted across his face, and for a moment, time stands still. The restaurant holds its breath, and I can feel the weight of their collective intrigue pressing down on us. Angela, he stammers, his voice thick with disbelief. What the hell are you doing here? Just capturing a beautiful moment, I reply, the words slipping from my lips like silk. You know, I couldn't let you have all the fun, could I? The comments explode, a frenzy of shock and outrage. What's happening? This can't be real. Angela, don't. But it's too late. The truth is already out, and there's no going back. Stuart's face flushes with panic, and I can see the realization dawning on him, the weight of his betrayal crashing down like a tidal wave. He was so consumed by desire, by the thrill of the chase, that he never considered the consequences of his actions. Angela, please, he pleads, desperation creeping into his tone. This isn't what it looks like. But it is exactly what it looks like, and I can feel the power surging within me. Oh, but it is, I counter, my voice steady and unwavering. This is you, Stuart, the man who thought he could have it all without consequence. I lean back, a wicked smile playing on my lips as I let the moment wash over me. This is not just revenge. This is a reclamation of my power. The world will see him for who he really is. Chapter 5. Angela's Triumph, Reclaiming Power and Independence. The silence in my bedroom is no longer a hollow echo of despair, it crackles with potential. I sit on the edge of my immaculate bed, the soft silk sheets whispering against my skin, reminding me of the woman I used to be unseen, unheard, and utterly unappreciated. The aftermath of the live stream pulses through me like a shockwave, an electrifying reminder that I am not a victim but a strategist, a conqueror in my own right. I glance around the room, once a sanctuary of secrets and shadows. Now, it feels like a stage where I've finally claimed my spotlight. The walls, adorned with art that used to comfort me, now seem to cheer for my resurgence. My heart beats steadily against the backdrop of London's nightlife outside, the vibrant pulse of the city spilling into my thoughts. The candlelight flickers, casting dancing shadows that remind me of the fire I've ignited within. I replay the moment when I hit go live Stuart, so smug in his ignorance, completely unaware of the storm brewing just a few booths away. The way he leaned in closer to Helena, the glimmer of his laughter mingling with the clink of glasses, was intoxicatingly sweet. It was a symphony of betrayal, and I was the conductor, orchestrating a masterpiece of revenge. I think of Helena, the young mistress with her flawless skin and bright eyes, so eager to steal what she thought was hers. Did she think I would fade into the background, a mere footnote in their romance? How naive. She was merely a pawn in my game, a distraction, perhaps, but never the queen. Rebecca's voice trickles into my memory, her fierce loyalty fueling my resolve. "You are not just exposing him, you are reclaiming your power," she had said, her eyes burning with determination. I can still feel the weight of her words, a potent reminder of who I am and what I am capable of. The live stream was not just a digital execution, it was my rebirth. I had transformed betrayal into a spectacle, and the world watched as my husband's carefully crafted fad crumbled before their eyes. I can almost hear the gasps of disbelief, the quiet whispers turning into a cacophony of outrage as his lies were laid bare. My fingers, now stained with the ink of his deception, have written a new narrative where I am the author of my destiny. As I rise from the bed, I feel a surge of confidence. I am adorned in my favorite crimson dress, the fabric hugging my curves like a lover's embrace, each step echoing with purpose. I catch a glimpse of myself in the ornate mirror. Confidence radiates from my reflection, a woman transformed. The weight of my emotions shifts, no longer a burden but a badge of honor. I reach for my phone, scrolling through the myriad of notifications that flood my screen. The comments, the shares, the messages of support from friends who've witnessed my triumph. Each notification is a reminder of the power I wield, the whispers of my triumph echoing through the digital realm like a siren's call. But it's time to confront the source of my anger, the man who believed he could break me and get away with it. Stuart's betrayal is not just a wound. It's a catalyst for my evolution, and I am ready to face him, to strip away the last remnants of his control. I can almost hear him pacing, his charming smile faltering as he realizes that I am no longer the woman he once knew. I am the storm he never saw coming, and I will not be silenced or diminished. My heart races as I envision his reaction, the confusion, the desperation when I lay bare the truth of his actions, shining a light on the darkness he thought he could hide in. Tonight, I reclaim my narrative. Tonight, I stand not as his wife, but as a force of nature, ready to unleash a reckoning that will echo through our lives, transforming everything in its wake. This is not just my revenge, it is my liberation, and I will savor every moment. I step in front of the mirror, the dim light amplifying the fierce resolve etched across my face. Tonight is not just another evening, it's a reckoning, a moment when I will strip away the layers of his lies as easily as I peel off my lipstick's protective seal. I reach for the vibrant red tube, the color of both passion and revenge, and twist it open with a deliberate click. As I apply the first stroke, I can almost hear the whispers of the city outside London, with its nightclubs pulsing like a heartbeat, and rooftops where secrets are exchanged over flutes of champagne. But here, in my bedroom, the air is thick with something far more intoxicating. Power. The crimson color glides on, a bold statement that mirrors my intent. It's not simply about looking good, it's about feeling unstoppable. I glance down at the array of outfits laid out on my bed, each dress a reflection of the battle I am preparing to wage. I need something that makes a statement, something that encapsulates the woman I've become. The silk fabric of my favorite dress beckons me, its deep emerald hue echoing the glints of jealousy I've felt, the envy of the life I once thought I shared with Stuart. It hugs my curves, the fabric whispering of promises unfulfilled and desires awakened. I step into it, the sensation igniting a rush of adrenaline. The dress is a second skin, a reminder that I am not just an accessory in someone else's life, but the designer of my own destiny. I fasten the zipper with a satisfying tug, sealing away any remnants of the woman who once stood in the shadows, waiting for her husband to come home, only to be met with betrayal. I take a moment to breathe, to feel the fabric cling to me like a lover's embrace, and I practice my words softly, letting them roll off my tongue like a fine wine. You thought you could have it all, didn't you, Stuart? A wife who supports your ambitions and a mistress who fuels your vanity. Each phrase sharpens my resolve, carving out the path I am destined to take. The reflection staring back at me is fierce, a woman transformed. There's a glint in my eye that wasn't there before, a spark of vengeance mingled with self-actualization. I am not merely confronting him. I am dismantling his entire narrative, exposing the cracks he so desperately tried to hide. I pull my hair into a sleek ponytail, its shine catching the light as I secure it with a simple black band. It's a no-nonsense look that reflects my current state, fierce, focused, and utterly unyielding. I take a final glance at my reflection, my heart pounding with each beat. The woman staring back is not just Angela, she is a warrior ready to reclaim her territory. The room is now filled with a charged silence, amplifying the weight of my intentions. I can envision Stuart's faced confusion, the panic as I lay bare the truth of his actions. I want him to squirm, to realize that the empire he built on deceit is crumbling, and that I am the one holding the wrecking ball. Tonight, I will see who the real player is, I whisper to myself, the words curling around my thoughts like smoke from a lit match, igniting the flames of my fury. I picture the restaurant's luxurious rooftop, where the elite gather to indulge in whispered conversations and stolen glances. A place where my husband believes he can weave his web of lies amidst candlelight and clinking glasses. But tonight, the spotlight will be mine. The glass walls will witness not just his infidelity, but my resurrection as I take back what is rightfully mine. With one last look at my reflection, I grab my phone and scroll through the messages that have poured in since the live stream. Supportive words echo through me, fueling my intent. I am not just reclaiming my narrative, I am reclaiming my life. With each step I take towards the door, I feel lighter, as if I am shedding the weight of his betrayal. I am ready to step into the world, to confront the man who thought he could shatter my spirit. Tonight, I am not just reclaiming my power, I am redefining myself. The door swings open with a careful creak, and there he stands, Stuart, my husband, the man I thought I knew, now nothing more than a stranger cloaked in the remnants of our shared life. His charming smile falters the moment he sees me, draped in emerald silk, a queen ready for battle. The air between us crackles, thick with the weight of unspoken words and hidden truths. Angela, he starts, his voice a mix of surprise and something else I can't quite place, fear. Guilt. It doesn't matter. I arch an eyebrow, my lips curling into a smirk that feels more like a weapon than a smile. Stuart, I reply, letting his name hang in the air like a heavy curtain, suffocating the atmosphere. We need to talk. He steps inside, the door clicking shut behind him, sealing us in this chamber of truths. My bedroom has transformed from a sanctuary into a stage, and I am ready to perform. I cross my arms, the movement deliberate, a barrier against the man who thought he could reduce me to a mere spectator in my own life. What's going on? He asks, feigning confusion, but I see through the charade. He knows damn well what's coming. I take a step forward, my voice steady, laced with a calm that belies the storm inside. You know, I watched you tonight, from a distance. His eyes widen, the mask slipping as he connects the dots. Angela, listen, don't. I cut him off, the words sharp as a knife. You've had enough chances to explain yourself, and I won't give you the satisfaction of hearing your rehearsed excuses. I can practically see his mind racing, desperately searching for a way to regain control. But that's the thing, is not in charge anymore. I take a breath, letting the silence weave around us, a tangible reminder of the power shift that has taken place. I saw you with her, I continue, my voice low but cutting. Helena, the young, bright-eyed girl who thought she could take my place. Did you think I wouldn't find out? That I would sit at home, waiting for your return like a loyal puppy? His expression twists, a mixture of defensiveness and something akin to regret. Angela, it's not what you think. We were just what? Sharing a meal, sharing your vows with someone else. I lean in closer, reveling in the way his confidence falters under my gaze. You are a master of deceit, Stuart, but the truth is far more powerful than your lies. I pause, letting my words sink in, watching as the color drains from his face. The man who once held all the cards now stands before me, stripped of his bravado, vulnerable. I live-streamed it, I say, a smirk playing at the corners of my mouth. Every laugh you shared with her, every lingering glance. The world watched you unravel, just as I have. His expression morphs from shock to anger, the familiar flicker of the man I married igniting for a fleeting moment. You think that's going to change anything? You think you can just change anything? I interject, my voice rising to meet his. Oh, it changes everything, Stuart. You've lost control. Your friends, your reputation, all of it is crumbling. And it's all because of you. I step back, taking a moment to breathe, the weight of my words settling around us like a cloak. I am reclaiming my independence, my power. I won't be defined by your mistakes or your infidelities. I've built a life beyond your shadow, and I refuse to let you take that from me. His face contorts with disbelief, and I feel a rush of satisfaction coursing through my veins. The man who once held my heart now looks like a desperate boy caught in a lie too big to contain. What do you mean? He stammers, his bravado failing him. What are you going to do? I straighten, every inch of me radiating confidence. His face contorts with disbelief, and I can taste the satisfaction blooming in my chest like a fine vintage wine, rich and intoxicating. The man who once held my heart now looks like a desperate boy caught in a lie too big to contain. What do you mean? He stammers, his bravado failing him. What are you going to do? I straighten, every inch of me radiating confidence. I am going to live, Stuart. I've spent years tiptoeing around your needs, your desires, while my own dreams gathered dust in the corners of our home. I've been a ghost in my own life, but not anymore. The silence fills the room, thick and heavy, like the air before a storm. I can almost hear the distant hum of London's nightlife, the laughter and clinking glasses echoing through my mind. But here, in my sanctuary, the storm is brewing, and I am the eye of it, calm and centered amid the chaos. I watched you tonight, I say, my voice steady, slicing through the tension like a finely honed blade. I saw you with Helena, the way you leaned in, the way you laughed. I watched as you shared the life we built, as if it meant nothing. You thought you could have both world's supportive wife and the tantalizing mistress, and I would never be the wiser. His expression shifts, confusion flickering in his eyes. Angela, it wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. I interject, my tone cool and controlled, each word a polished stone thrown into the still water of his excuses. You think I am going to allow you to rewrite our history? You've crafted a narrative built on deceit, and I refuse to be a character in your pathetic story any longer. I take a step back, relishing the way he shifts, the way his confidence erodes under the weight of my words. You've always been good with your tongue, Stuart, but now it's your actions that speak volumes. You've betrayed me not just with your body but with your choices, and I won't let you spin this back onto me. I am not the one who chose to shatter our vows. I pause, leaning into the moment, letting the silence stretch between us like a taut string ready to snap. His facade crumbles further, the mask slipping away to reveal the man I thought I knew, now just a shadow of himself. Do you know what this feels like? I ask, my voice dropping to a whisper as if sharing a secret. It feels like standing at the edge of a cliff, the wind in my hair, knowing that if I leap, I will soar. I've built a life beyond your shadow, Stuart. I've realized that my worth isn't tethered to your approval or your love. I am capable of so much more. His eyes flicker with something regret. Fear. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I am finally stepping into the light, shedding layers of his betrayal like a snake shedding its skin. I streamed it all, Stuart, I say, allowing the words to linger, to settle like ash on the ground. I wanted everyone to see who you really are. The charming husband, the devoted father, and the deceitful man who thought he could play God with our lives. His face pales, the color draining as realization dawns. You wouldn't, he breathes, but I can hear the tremor in his voice, the crack in his armor. Oh, I did. And the world has seen you unravel in real time. Your friends, your colleague Esivrion will know the truth. You are not just losing me, you are losing everything. The weight of my words strikes him, and I can see the gears turning in his mind, the panic rising like bile. Angela, he begins, but I hold up a hand, silencing him. No more excuses. I deserve so much more than a half-hearted apology or a desperate plea for understanding. I am reclaiming my life, my power. I won't be defined by your mistakes or your infidelities. I am stepping into my future, and it's brighter than you can imagine. The air in the room shifts, thickening with the weight of what's just transpired. As Stuart's figure retreats, shoulders hunched, I can't help but feel a rush of exhilaration wash over me, tidal wave of freedom crashing against the shore of my newfound reality. The door clicks shut behind him, sealing away the remnants of the man I once loved and the life we shared. I take a deep breath, inhaling the scent of my sanctuary. My bedroom, once a place of intimacy, now radiates with a fierce energy, a battlefield where I've emerged victorious. The silk drapes flutter gently in the breeze, whispering secrets I am finally ready to embrace. Goodbye, Stuart, I whisper to the empty room, a mantra of liberation that dances on my lips. His absence feels almost palpable, like a heavy coat I've been wearing for years, finally shed and left in a heap at the door. I move to the window, looking out over the city of London as night descends like a velvet curtain. The skyline glimmers with 1,000 lights, each one a beacon of possibility. Below, the streets pulse with life, laughter, music, and the heady aroma of street food wafting through the air, a stark contrast to the silence that once suffocated me. This is my world now, vibrant and alive, and I am ready to dive in head first. Did I really just do that? I muse, a wry smile curling at the corners of my mouth. The adrenaline of the confrontation still hums beneath my skin, a thrill that ignites my senses. I've taken the power back, and it feels intoxicating, like the first sip of chilled Prosecco on a hot summer's day, crisp and effervescent. I glance at my phone, the screen still glowing with the aftermath of my live stream. It's buzzing with notifications, each ping a reminder of the chaos I've unleashed. Let them see, I murmur, a wicked grin spreading across my face. Let them witness the unraveling of Stuart's carefully constructed facade. He thought he could play both sides, but I've put an end to that charade. With each notification, I can feel the weight of his world crumbling. The friends he thought would stand by him, the reputation he so meticulously curated. I am no longer the woman hiding in the shadows, waiting for him to return home with a smile and a half-hearted apology. No, I am Angela Reynolds, and I've rewritten my narrative with a bold stroke of revenge. I let out a soft laugh, tinged with disbelief and exhilaration. It's intoxicating, this sense of closure. I can finally breathe, the air filling my lungs like a sweet liberation. I've orchestrated my own redemption, and there's no going back now. As I move to the mirror, I see my reflection staring back at me, woman transformed. My emerald dress, once a symbol of my entrapment, now clings to me like armor, a testament to my strength. I adjust my hair, the strands falling perfectly into place, each one a reminder of my resilience. Here's to new beginnings, I toast to myself, raising an imaginary glass. The future stretches out before me, an open road filled with promise and adventure. I envision late nights filled with laughter, new friendships blooming over glasses of wine, and the thrill of pursuing my passions without the weight of betrayal dragging me down. I step back from the mirror, the smile on my lips unwavering. I am ready, not just to move on, but to thrive. I've unlocked a door to a world where my desires take precedence, where I can explore the depths of my own power without fear or hesitation. In the distance, the city buzzes with life, and I know that I am about to become part of it again. I am not just reclaiming my independence, I am owning it. As I slip my phone into my purse, I feel a surge of excitement pulse through me. Let's see what the night has in store, I whisper, stepping into the world outside, ready to embrace my new life with open arms.